as you know, we're going to be starting the process of an AAC evaluation for Emily next week. I've already discussed with you the different steps in the AAC evaluation, but today I just wanted to talk with you a little bit more about ecological inventories. So when you come back next week, what I need from you is 3 different videos. So the videos are going to be about 10 minutes in length, and you're going to be taping Emily interacting with 3 different communication partners in 3 different settings, talking about 3 different topics. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you just want me to videotape her talking? That's it?
Essentially, well, the purpose of an ecological inventory is to look at Emily's skills in a natural context. So what I want you to do is to just set up the video camera and just let it roll. Don't do any acting, don't prompt her at all, unless that's what you would normally do in, your natural daily situations. And don't let her know that she's being taped. So essentially what I want is just a representative sample of her communication skills. So if she talks a lot throughout the video, that's great. If she ends up throwing a tantrum during the video, I would just want you to handle that situation in whatever way you normally would. And if she's really unusually quiet during the video also, that's okay too. So, for example, you can take videos of her interacting with her brother while they're playing. You can do a video of you guys during mealtime, during dinner time, if maybe she helps you set the table, or just however you would interact in that situation. Or if she is able to play with a peer, a same-aged peer, you can videotape that interaction too. So what I really want is just a representative sample of her communication skills. And what I'm going to do with the ecological inventory is I'm going to look at Emily's communication skills, so the vocabulary that she's using and how she is expressing herself, and I'm going to look to see if those are functional and if she's adequately able to communicate with others, and then I'm going to compare those skills to her communication partners. So by comparing her skills, I'm going to be able to develop a list of vocabulary that she's going to need for different communication settings and different interactions, and later on, if we do decide to give her a device, we'll teach her how to use that vocabulary in those different settings, how to insert that vocabulary. So with the ecological inventory, another thing that I'm going to look at, or a few things I'm going to look at, are your family dynamics. So how are you guys interacting with Emily? Are you engaging her in conversations? What kind of communication needs does she have? Is she able to request from you, or protest or reject, and is she asking questions right now? It's also going to be important to look at the vocabulary that she does have and then compare that, like I said, to the vocabulary that her peers have, so that we can see what vocabulary she's going to need going forward. Another important thing for the AAC evaluation is going to be looking at her modes of communication. So I want to see the currently existing modes of communication, and then potential modes of communication that we can give to her. So modes of communication just include speech, gestures, eye gaze, a high-tech or low-tech device if that's what she's using, or drawing or writing. And you can use these in conjunction with one another, or you can use these modes separately. And with the modes of communication, when looking at the ecological inventory, I'm just going to assess the effectiveness of them. So if she is using different modes and they are very effective in communicating with others, that's great. If they're ineffective, then what we're going to do later is we're going to teach her how to use different modes of communication during conversations and during conversational breakdowns, and then we'll assess those to see if those are effective or not effective. So all in all, with the ecological inventory, what we want is just to look at the different communication interactions that she has already, and we want to be able to give her more communication and vocabulary just like her peers have, so that she can be effective in communicating and in her daily activities with others.